Whenever I see someone's room is completely cluttered or dirty or a huge mess, I always find myself curious on what's going on or what's going through that person's mind. Whenever I was going through my lowest moments, my room had trash everywhere. I would leave just clothes on the floor, empty energy drinks on my desk, plates on my desk that I never brought back to the kitchen. Like, hey, man, I swung by someone's apartment recently because I'm going to their wedding next month, so I just wanted to hang out. And when I walked in, everything looks so clean. I was like, oh, look at this. And this is how I know it's a front, though, right? You got to be observant over things people say, the little details. So when I walked into the apartment, I said how nice the apartment was to them, right? I was like, wow, looks good. And I mentioned in the video last month that I got a robot vacuum, right? It automatically cleans everything when Alexa detects I'm not home anymore. And they wanted a cleaning robot too, so I was telling her how great it is, and she's like, "Oh, we really need one. I vacuum 3 times a week, and I'm so tired of it." I'm like, "What? What? What? 3 times a week? I have 2 dogs that shed." And my girl drops her dog off here sometimes so I could doggy sit, and that dog sheds too. So I have 3 dogs that be here. And even before I got the robot vacuum, I would vacuum once a week because my place would never get dirty like that. Even with 3 dogs shedding, it would never get that bad. So like 3 times a week, that's interesting. You have no pets, by the way. So my first assumption was that, okay, she has no pets or anything, and she vacuums 3 times. Maybe she just is strict on her cleanliness. All right, that's cool too. That's so. She was like, anyway, can I get you guys some water? I said, sure. She grabs a cup, right, and I go over to the kitchen to get the water, and her sink is filled with dirty dishes. Like, it was stacked. It wasn't just some plates and some cups, right? Sometimes you just leave it to soak, right? No, first of all, I don't understand. People put stuff in the sink and they never soak it. That is like a pet peeve. I don't understand what's going on with that. But like, it was like boom. It looked like their sink was trash. It was like an extra trash place. You might as well just put a bag inside your sink. That's how trash it was. You know what I'm saying? So we were hanging out with the couple, right? Or the soon to be married couple. And I was like, where's the bathroom? Because I got to use the bathroom. And they said it was just go down the hallway. So I walked down the hallway, and some of the doors are just open because they never told me where in the hallway, just down the hallway. So I was like, all right. So I'm walking down the hallway, and I'm just looking at the rooms because like I don't know where the bathroom's at. And their bedroom has clothes everywhere on the bed, all over the floor. There's like a closet, right? And there's junk everywhere. I didn't walk directly into the room, by the way. I could just see because the door's just open. And just you got clothes everywhere, man. Like, what is this? What happened here? How do you guys sleep with all this clothes on the bed? And then when I went into the bathroom, I could tell they cleaned it too recently. But none of where the items were made any sense. So I could tell they kind of like scrambled to do this. And the person I came with to the apartment, we were talking about it on the ride home, and they're like, "Yeah, all the clothes and stuff, that's her husband's. They really cleaned the place before you came. Whenever I come over, like they go over to their place like plenty of times. This is like the first time I ever went to their apartment, right? So when they come over, they were saying it's always trashy and all this stuff, right? But from what I understand about the husband or soon to be husband, he's going through some stuff right now where I don't want to put it on blast in this video, but he's going through stuff mentally, right? He's not really a happy person. But I do appreciate them cleaning the space before we came. It's very considerate. But I always think about stuff like this. And some of you may not think it's that deep, but you're probably not understanding how serious someone's environment is a reflection of them. People will neglect their environment when they're going through a lot. This can be a lack of energy, or someone is distressed, or it's so overwhelming that they never organize anything else in their environment. Or this could even happen with their life in general. They're so overwhelmed by life. Nothing else gets organized. And sometimes people also feel it's irreversible. Like your room is so dirty or so messy that it's not even worth cleaning because you're just going to make it dirty or bad again. I also suspect, and this is an unpopular opinion, but hear me out. Oh, actually, before I even talk about this unpopular opinion, I feel the same way about people and their phones. Your phone, your desktop, like if I don't understand how people just leave like 100 icons on their desktop. That blows my mind. Like, you don't even go to any of this stuff, bro. You don't even open any of these games or any of these apps. Like, why do you have, like, you just see just a bunch of stuff. Like people on the phone, they got like a million phone apps. Like what do you don't even open these apps. You got a bunch of stuff on your home screen. You're like what? But I think that's just a very niche pet peeve of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that. You know, me personally, at least in my environment or how I like to do things. Like, but anyway, my unpopular opinion is this. Well, that was already unpopular. But here's my second unpopular opinion. Hear me out. I think a lot of people don't keep things organized or their environment clean because making decisions is stressful to them. Like deciding where an object belongs in their room or whether to keep it or throw it away. People don't want to throw away things that it doesn't even serve a purpose to them anymore. They just don't want to throw away things. It's stressful to detach from it, even though it's literally taking up space. It's literally never going to be used again. It's literally collecting dust. But it used to be very difficult for me to throw away stuff because I had a positive memory with it, right? But I've worked on detaching from it, and sometimes some things have negative memories, but I can't detach from it. You get what I'm saying? But that negative thing was a reminder of a time period that no longer exists. Like I got a lot of things still in my room that I got when I wasn't in a good state of mind, and I just like I'm not in that state of mind anymore. But it's just this stuff reminds me of that what I went through or what I overcame, right? And I'm waiting for that moment where I know I'm gonna have it where I'm just gonna end up throwing it away because it's time to move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep this here. But look, whenever I had a really dirty room in my lowest moments, or I see in other environments, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's overstimulating at times. It stresses me out. It makes my stress issues even worse. Bro, I already be having anxiety. But seeing all this clutter and disorganized trash everywhere in my room or someone else's room or anywhere else I was mentioning, it's just a visual reminder of my unaccomplished tasks or feeling like I'm a failure. I can't even put the freaking clothes in the hamper or put the dishes in the sink and spend 5 to 10 minutes to wash them. How do you think that's making me feel? Like even if I'm not thinking about this consciously, subconsciously, I just see this clutter here, and it's like I'm just overstimulated. Like, dang, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like I'm not even gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm just leaving this stuff here. It stinks. You know what I'm saying? I gotta step over stuff. It's like I can't spend. It doesn't even take a minute to pick up clothes off the ground and put it in a hamper, but. See, this is what happens. The lack of motivation is like your brain is underperforming, like physically, mentally, spiritually. Like your brain's just overall underperforming because of whatever that you're already going through. And then you see all this trash and dirtiness and clutter here, and it's just like, just leave it there. And again, it just stresses me out, and it's a reminder of how everything got so bad. That's the thing too. You see all this stuff, how bad your room is. It just reminds you, like, how did this happen? And then, it's again reminder. And I feel ashamed of myself when I see stuff like this, and that it doesn't help what I'm going through as well. I mean, my room right now isn't spiffy clean, but like 95. That's a pretty high number too. 95% of the time, it's clean. Like that 5% though, sometimes I'll leave like a hoodie on my computer chair that I need to put away, right? Or like I'll throw my pajamas on the floor temporarily because I'm gonna go out real quick, and I know that I'm gonna be out for like an hour, okay? So I'm gonna go back home and change to my PJs. So you know what I'm saying? I just leave it on the floor. Like my room can get dusty. I got to do a better job dusting things off. But besides that, everything else is pretty organized and clean. Clothes are put away. The robot cleans the floor. I put everything back where I found it or I had it. Even when I didn't have the cleaning robot, I would vacuum once a week. But like I'll tell you this, from all my memories of leaving my room how it was before with all the trash and stuff like that, ain't happening again after how it affected me. Nope. And if I ever drop below that 95% or even a 90%, you know what I'm saying? I'll just ask Alexa to put some music on, or I'll pop in an audiobook and then just start cleaning up. Because it's just, again, your environment tends to be reflective of what you're going through, and your environment can also influence what you're going through already. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hope y'all keep everything clean, and hopefully, if you feel like your room is messed up right now and you don't know if it's affecting you or not, try cleaning it. I feel like it could feel very refreshing. It's very stimulating as well, because this stimulation that you're getting from seeing all this stuff all over your desk, all over the floor and stuff like that, it's a negative stimulation. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, love you all. I'm out.